Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the podcast, The School of Conscious Evolution, a podcast for your soul. Tonight, it's evening now, isn't it? The days are darker now at this time. Here in the UK, it's 7:30 p.m. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So my guest tonight is Ilana. Ilana, can you explain your longer name? Because it's Ilana, Alix,
Angelic.
Angelic.
Yeah. My actual name is Ilana Alix. And the angelic is just there on the end.
And just Angelic. Oh, I see. It's so interesting. Alex was to do with something else, angel or something. It's a lovely name, actually. Oh my God. So good evening. So let's start saying I'm just going to connect with Facebook in case I lose the connection with StreamYard. So good evening, Phil. So let's do this. Good evening, Phil. Good evening, Tia. Tia says, hope we are wonderful today. We are indeed, actually. It's a good day today. Thank you for that. And then we have Val. So Burrows, Cavalier, it's good evening, Daniela, and guests. Good evening, Val. Val is based in California, I think, if I'm right, in the US. And then we have Anne Airy. Good evening, Anne. And I know that more people will be joining us as we connect. We have some people on YouTube. Thank you for joining me there, us there. And thank you on the others that are new on Facebook. So we have been waiting now for tonight, because tonight is going to be a very special podcast, isn't it?
That's what we believe. And tonight, almost to the moment, is the new moon solar eclipse in Libra. So that is powerful energies holding space for us tonight.
Wow. And so what should we be expecting with this moon?
With the readings?
With this new moon.
With the new moon. Well, from what I understand from my own listening to wonderful astrologers that I adore, the full moon lunar eclipse that we had on September 17th in Pisces was about endings and letting go. And this new moon solar eclipse in Libra is an opportunity to go even bigger and even deeper into that. And I am always relating things back to personal transformation. I can't help it. It's the way I'm built, and I'm all about soul purpose. So for me, I was contemplating that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces in September, thinking, okay, I'm going to surrender to these changes. Okay, if the energies in our beloved planet right now are about endings, that means we'll be getting ready for new beginnings. What do I need to surrender? What do I need to let go? I'm always self-reflecting. And then now in this new moon Libra solar eclipse, it's the beginning of something new. So let's keep it short like that. And so wherever we are right at this moment, let's receive guidance about newness, next steps.
I understand that, the moon and generally speaking, the shamanic side of you. So the connection to Earth, to Mother Earth and the elementals is very special. How has that come about for you?
Yes, thank you for asking. I love this question. I was looking today again at some of my own personal astrology, because I'm on a never-ending journey of know thyself. And I think for soul purpose, that has to be the starting point. Like, we have to know ourselves, know our souls, know our desires to serve. And so all those wonderful tools that we have and symbolisms that we have, which guide us to know more about ourselves, are so valuable. And for me, my astrology tells me about my soul purpose being very connected to the zodiac sign Aquarius. And it's such a revelation. And I encourage you to explore your own astrology, especially for soul purpose. Find out where your midheaven is. Your north node. Find out where your north node is, and that zodiac sign gives you a clue about your soul purpose. For me, it's in Aquarius, and I was literally just today reflecting on my journey and how I've come to earth spirituality. I was coming on this podcast tonight, and so it was in my mind, and I explored even deeper. And for me, my personal journey with Aquarius has been about being an individual and being completely unique, and also feeling like I don't belong, feeling like I'm an outcast, feeling like I'm so different, I don't fit in. And I think most people will relate to that at certain points in their life. It might not be your whole soul purpose to be living through that, but we all can relate to that experience. For me, through my spirituality, I didn't find my belonging in religion. I didn't find my belonging with a guru. I found wonderful experiences in those things, and I would take elements and aspects and thought, yes, that feels good. Yes, that feels right. Yes, I can. I'm accessing divine energies here, having wonderful experiences. But it was only as I went deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth connection that I am beginning to find a very grounded sense of belonging. And maybe this is because that connection is through my internal self, my internal sensing, which I believe is the shamanic way. And that this internal sensing through Mother Earth to my own divinity, my own spirit within, is the guidance that all religions and gurus are teaching us. However, we are often looking externally for that experience. And for me, the way to get fully internal and to feel that true belonging without needing other people or gurus or religious icons has been through earth and nature spirituality, and the connection with the wider universe, Mother Universe, and the source of all creation that I experience as the womb of creation.
Absolutely. And, there is a purpose for this podcast when it comes to spirituality and awakenings. And I do tend to ask this question, most of my guests. Now, the thing is that we all have got life it's not always easy, let's put it that way. And I understand as well that for you has come after some very, very challenging time in your life, and in a succession of events. And I leave it to you or not to talk about it. But what I'm saying is that that's where actually Archangel Metatron came about, isn't it? Because you understood as well, because you are a medium, but you understand that mediumship is something that you have, but it's not something that you feel the call. It's not your true north, basically.
The North Node. Everyone needs to know their North Node. Absolutely. And when I was in that place of having the skill of mediumship, and yet not feeling full or complete or fully natural or at ease. It's hard to explain. I felt like I couldn't do it the way that other people did it. And again, this Aquarius theme of I didn't feel like I fit the model of what a medium was supposed to be. I couldn't always get the details that people wanted from a mediumship reading. I could transmit messages and the feeling of love from the loved ones that had passed, and hold people in deep healing space in their grief. And yet it didn't feel fully natural. And so again, I felt, I don't know my place. I don't know my place. And so that drove me to be asking the questions, where do I belong? What is my thing? And for me, being in that Aquarius soul role model, it's about inventing something new. So this is where Archangel Metatron came, I think, with me, in that openness, that questioning, what do I do with my mediumship? And so I began channeling messages from angels, archangels, and sometimes ascended masters, galactic beings, and those realms felt more natural for me to be bringing messages, and that flowed easier and worked easier, which is one of the signposts for us in knowing our soul purpose, is that sense of ease and natural gift. But really, the darkest places in our lives offer opportunity for discovery, for learning, for healing. You know, that has been my path. Very, very challenging. And also the difficult times, the dark times, the vulnerability, the hurts, the wounds, when seen from the highest perspective of soul, can be explored, pivoted to how can I become empowered in this dark situation? Where are my points of empowerment? Where are the things that I can turn into gifts? And seeking answers has been one of the things on my soul path that led me to such a strong connection with Archangel Metatron and bringing through answers. That's how I think I would explain that.
It is true, because at the end of the day, it is a life path of discovery. Yes. And I, sometimes come across people coming for readings, coming to see me for a reading, and, they would like to discover it all, but it doesn't work that way. And the spirit never fails to remind everyone that it's down to us to put down the work, to really wanting it, to be on that path, so that we are bound to keep coming back and back and back, because in that there is our evolution, there is our transcendence, there is our connection and evolution with through our soul and higher paths. And so it's so important. And what really made me happy when you mentioned that you would have tonight you would do you've been inspired by Metatron to bring forward some messages, and you explained that you needed some pictures. Can you talk us through that, please?
Yeah, I mean, what I've found with my own mediumship over the years is that I access a sense of a person's soul through their face. So the eyes are the window to the soul, and I believe that so fully. That for me, in my personal way that I'm built, that is how I connect with the essence of a person, with their personality, with their emotions, and with the soul. And that practice of doing face reading, which is quite popular in India, by the way. I didn't know this until recently. I was like, oh, I'm in the wrong country. I should be in India. um, um, then once I have that connection, then I'm more fully able to be in that soul reading zone with Archangel Metatron and align with his and his host of angels, bringing through the guidance for that soul. And just like you said, Daniela, I think so often we're always looking for concrete answers, concrete guidance. And what I find with Archangel Metatron and the work that I do, it's never about saying, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. And if you do that and this, then this will happen. It's never about that. It's very much about you knowing your own essence and becoming empowered in a way that's so subtle. So the guidance that usually comes is very encouraging, very affirming, and can sometimes be quite forcefully direct and powerful, but it's always about lovingly urging you to be your most powerful self. So the messages are not there to tell you what to do or to tell you who you are. They're more a sense of, like a strong parent, encouraging you to grow in your own self.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I get through my readings all the time. You know, there isn't such a thing as yes, no, or do this or that. And I do tend to say to my sitters that, you know, imagine your loved one being still here. And if they gave you their advice or knowing, you still would go ahead and do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, it's your choice. Okay, it's nobody can enforce. There is this free will that applies across the board, both down here and up there. And so, you know, and I love this thing that spirit is next to us, literally to nurture us, to enlighten us, to enable us to grow and develop as a human being with its own right. So with a lot of love and respect, isn't it?
Yes. I feel the best way to look at it is always about, where are the opportunities? Where are the opportunities to grow and expand? Is this a moment in the cycles, in my own soul cycles, of stillness and listening, endurance and waiting? Is it a time when there are opportunities to grow and take action and move? And it's in that listening and having a spiritual practice where you're learning how to sense your own soul, because those are senses that we all, I believe, have as human beings, but that we are not trained in our culture. And so there's really an encouragement to have a spiritual practice and to sense your own soul, I feel, as well, in terms of soul purpose.
Absolutely. And Val is saying, my North Node is in water, revolves around embracing spirituality, compassion, creativity, and empathy, associated with intuition, imagination, and a deep connection to the collective unconscious. And that is so powerful, isn't it? How beautiful is that, Val?
Beautiful.
And we are having, as we are speaking, we've been joined by many others. So good evening and welcome, everyone. Good evening, Krish. Good evening, Olga. And so I would like to say that maybe it's time for us to, so what we have done, we gathered a few pictures, a few people have responded to my ad and poster online, and they've sent over their pictures. So Ilana and I have prepared, and Ilana has access to some of the pictures so far with the names. Now, I have been told by Debbie Romero that she will endeavor to be here as soon as possible, but she's giving you the authority to give her the reading, should you wish or should you choose her, okay? And she will watch it in the recording of this video, okay? Just to let you know, so in case you feel drawn to her.
Okay.
And so the platform is to you.
Okay. Right. So first of all, thank you. And thank you for this opportunity to share my soul purpose and my gifts. What a blessing. What a blessing. So I always begin with a practice to connect with Mother Earth and even deeper into the source of all life, to help us all to connect with our own soul, our own soul purpose. So we'll begin with invoking the elements and having a moment to take some breaths and center ourselves, and settle in. So let's begin with some sage for cleansing and purifying. So you can mentally just shake off some stress and prepare yourself to enter a sacred space with some sage. So symbolically for all of us, I'm sending the sage, but just having the intention to enter a fully safe and sacred space, especially Archangel Michael, of course, holding safe space. I have my whole spirit circle and shamanic circle and guides. Whoever you resonate with as your strongest guides, please bring them to support you in staying in a positive and high vibrational energy. And then we will have air, the element of air in the north. We welcome you. The element of fire in the east, for the rising sun. We welcome you. Just welcoming the qualities of these elements in your own self. The element of water, spirits, water in the south. We welcome you. The element of earth in the west. We welcome you. And the fifth element of spirit. Please welcome now your own guides, ancestors, spirit animals, angels, religious icons, deities, ascended masters, galactic beings, whichever high vibrational energies are spirit for you, Buddha maybe, and especially we welcome our Mother Earth and thank her for her life force and her nature and for giving us life. So now if we could all just take some deep breaths, breathing in, breathing out, and breathing in and breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, and just allowing your body to rest into some relaxation and some breathing, an easy natural rhythm, and allowing your awareness to come present into your body. Allow your senses to be heightened, your sound, listening to the drum. What can you smell? What can you see? What can you touch? Just bringing your awareness fully present to your body, welcoming your physical body, welcoming your energy body, your ethereal body, your spirit and your soul. Imagining the space above your head, which is where we have our crown chakra, the connection symbolically on our energy body to the celestial heavens above, symbolized by the color purple. Imagine that connection and full of so much light. And imagine now also, please, the root chakra beneath you, which is in the earth, which is below you, below your feet, which connects you deep into our Mother Earth. And feel the sense of that earth and how she holds you. And notice that that pillar of connection from celestial to earth below you is like a pillar of light, which actually extends infinitely all the way up and infinitely all the way down. And your energy is so much more than your human body. And our human body is the perfect vehicle for this life, and we welcome it fully into the space. We fully welcome the presence of Mother Earth and know that every cell in our body is light, filled with light and life force, which our Mother Earth has given us, breathed life into us in our physical form. And through our Mother Earth, we welcome a connection to Mother Universe who birthed her. And beyond that, even more beyond, to the womb of creation itself, and the most high intelligence of creation, so that our own soul and our soul purpose in this incarnation may be fully received. And we thank Archangel Metatron and his host of angels for being with us. Okay, so we'll move into face reading.
Okay, so you have that first of all was very beautiful. And I feel like really uplifted, very light, and beautifully connected to spirit. And so without further ado, I'm going to leave you to choose the pictures and channel the messages from Metatron. And I will leave you to do that.
Okay. So, yes, I'm looking at how much time we have, Daniela. I think we have...
We have about half an hour.
Yes. So, we probably won't get through all of these, but let me see who I'm guided to go to first. I'm looking behind the camera at the pictures on my screen, because then I can read the faces and talk to you on the camera. So
that's okay.
Let me see. So I'm drawn to Anne Airy first.
Yes.
You're there, Anne. I'm going to read for you first. So I'm just getting up your picture. There we go. Hello, Anne. Oh, and it's always an honor to look into a beautiful, perfect human face, which every human face is to me. I've always adored people. To me, each person is a whole universe of exploration and depth and discovery. So here we go, beautiful Anne. Thank you for your picture. Let's see where I'm drawn to on your face first. I'm drawn first to your cheek area, which is giving me a sense of an optimistic personality, a person who comes across some quite intense challenges in her life and tries very hard to put a positive spin on it. And someone who's quite earthy, quite grounded, quite practical. So someone who's quite solutions oriented, and finding what can we do to fix this sort of an attitude, which is where you find your optimism. That's what I'm sensing first of all. And I see next from the eyebrows, I'm hearing the word pragmatic. I'm getting, again, this earthy, grounded, practical, pragmatic. The ability to look at things and say, okay, this is what we've got. What are we going to do with it? Someone very sort of organized in that sense. Someone who can make a plan. So in a sense, there's a leadership quality. People maybe lean into you for those qualities. So next I'm drawn to your nose area, which is where I feel there's a lot of emotion. Just hearing some noises in the background there. So yes, for me, connecting with the nose area, with you, I'm sensing a lot of emotion. So I'm feeling that you're an emotional person, so you have a pragmatic side for sure, and that's quite a driven, fiery side. But then there's this huge emotion as well, like a very emotional. I'm feeling it's like quite a bubbly, vocal, entertaining almost, in sort of expressive in your emotional side, and that people see that about you when they meet you, that you're quite open and quite emotional and quite expressive. But now I'm drawn to the mouth area. I'm feeling like that there's a side to you that not everybody gets to see, and that side is maybe you see, I'm even struggling to see it. There are parts of you that you don't openly share. Let me just have a moment with that. It feels to me like there's a desire to speak more or write more or say more or offer opinions that you haven't fully engaged with yet. That's the feeling that I'm having from the mouth. And it feels like it's something creative, in the creative area. So maybe there are things that you want to do that you don't give yourself time to do yet, that are creative and about putting across some sort of message or expression in a creative way. So it could be any art form, really. At this point, we don't know any more than that. So I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to listen in to see if I feel ready to move into Archangel Metatron's messages, or do I need to continue with the face? No, I feel like we're ready. So Archangel Metatron and his host of angels are here with a message for Anne. So bear with me while I connect. We are looking into your eyes, Anne, and seeing times when you have been hurt and times when you have had the courage to look that problem in the face, and that this is a strength in your soul. And there's a desire to bring beauty into the world. There's a deep soul desire to see the world as a beautiful place. You have ideas about how the world could be a better place. You have visions, you have ways in which you see the world can be better, and there's a yearning in you to see that happen and to make that happen. And that's what I'm seeing in your left eye. I'm just sensing a connection now with the deeper soul and the past life selves and what you were bringing into this life. but I'm pausing that because I want to look at your right eye, which is telling me, which is very different to the left eye, always on every person's face. And in the right eye is where I'm seeing a part of you that holds back. So there's this very much energy that I'm sensing where there's a desire to express and do these things, and then there's but I'm holding back. So let's listen to Archangel Metatron's guidance for you in this. Yes. So so I'm seeing flashing through my mind's eye some past lives. I'm seeing you bringing with you into this life the practical can-do side of it. I'm sensing there's a lot of resilience in the past lives. That there's been a recent past life where there was poverty and hardship. I'm seeing you kind of, in an apron as a female in this life and having to work really hard, like scrub floors type hard, like physically a very hard life. And this sense of having humor with it, developing, cultivating a strength to remain humorous and light-hearted in the day-to-day graft, and that this is a skill that you'll bring through in this life. And I'm sensing Archangel Metatron highlighting that and saying, this is your strength, you have this strength, you have this resilience, and no matter how hard things get, you do have this ability. And he wants you to lean into that and trust it. Yes, things have been very hard at times, and yes, you have been hurt. He wants to say very strongly that you have more strength than perhaps you fully yet know or believe, and that this creativity, this expression, this visions of how the world can be better, the suggestions, the opinions that you want to put across, he wants to encourage you to have the courage to make baby steps. He says for you to build confidence, it's about baby steps. And there's a sense of pressure of going public straight away, like, oh, here it all is. And his guidance to you is there's no need to do that. You can do things slowly, in baby steps, and in your own time. And there's a guidance coming very strongly. I'm having a sense in my gut, in my belly, that you will benefit so much right now at this moment in your life in body connection. So if you're doing body work, getting in touch with your body, that's going to be so beneficial. But there's this very strong sense of gut instinct, and I'm feeling it in my belly area, and there's this encouragement that you can listen to your own body, so as your tool for divination. So what I mean by this is, think of something in your mind which is really awful, really toxic, really bad for you. And how does that feel in your belly? Does it go tight? Do you feel fluttering? What's the sensation? And then imagine something that is really, really good for you, really light, full of love, really great. How does that feel in your belly? And notice that sensation, and just check in. Just check in with your body and begin to listen. That is where you will get your guidance and your divination for how to navigate your way to fulfilling your soul purpose, to begin to align with the direction that you need to go in. So use that as your tool. That's the best guidance for today for you. I hope that was hope that made sense to you, Anne.
So thank you, Ilana, for that. And Anna Eri is saying, I love that. I will try this. Thank you. That was beautiful. And I like that transition between the intro, if you like, and then Metatron coming in, and the way you analyze the left eye and the right eye. Very beautiful. So, would you like to choose another picture? And maybe, I don't know if you could keep it to 10 minutes, perhaps, so that we can do more afterwards, if possible.
Yes, let's now that we're warmed up, maybe we can go a bit faster. But the other great thing about that guidance is it's true for all of us to, that's helpful for all of us to use our gut in that way, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's, Krish, we have to go to Krish.
Oh, Krish.
Yes, we do. Right, yes, so in your face, Krish. Oh, bless you. Wow, such a bubbly, joyful spirit I feel in your face straight away. Woo! And you know, I'm aware that the bindi is there as a connection through the third eye to remind you to connect with your internal self. I hope that I have remembered that symbolism correctly, but I'm drawn to straight away to that. It feels like you have a strong spiritual practice, that you were raised with a spiritual practice, and I feel this strength in your third eye of like this, you have a strong intuition, you have a strong inner knowing and an inner sight. I'm feeling Ganesha around you. I don't know if that is a god that you particularly do relate to. I personally do, so maybe that's to do with me. So yes, straight away I'm sensing your Hinduism from your face and that strength of spiritual practice. Then in your eyes, I'm going straight to the eyes with this person. So Krish, and her eyes, there's an expansive expression in the eyebrows, there's an openness in the eyes, there's a willingness to see and explore different things. There's an open-mindedness here in this person. And with the set of the smile in the cheeks, I'm feeling a determination as well. There's a strong determined streak in this person, in this face, of when they set their mind to something, they will not be deterred from that path. And even though this person may come across as very open and relaxed and bubbly and friendly, there's an underlying determination and strength and will and self-identity and unique individuality that is self-sufficient and won't necessarily be swayed by other people. So some people may at first think that this person is mild-mannered and she's polite and sweet, but that there's no mistaking that this person is very strong and knows who she is and what she wants to do. So yes, I'm getting very quickly a connection with Krish. So let's I'm going to listen now to Archangel Metatron and his host of angels. I say that because sometimes my interpretation of the Metatron is like it's a we, and it's a bigger force than a singular individual. It's like a collective we angels. So sometimes it comes through as we think this and we see that. So that's why I say Archangel Metatron and his host of angels. So I'm just listening now and allowing that consciousness and that messaging and that deeper knowing of Krish's soul. Okay, I'm hearing music first of all, like a singing, like a chanting and singing. Let me see. Where is that guidance coming from? Is that coming from the past lives of Krish? Right, yes. So I'm sensing Metatron and the angels showing me. We're showing the immediate past lives before this one for Krish being very joyful and very musical, and nature and music, and there's a very strong sense of Krishna. I don't know if that means something to you, Krish. Oh, maybe that's the name. But this past life, so Archangel Metatron is directing me, as he sometimes does, to the very moment of when we chose our incarnation, and the sense of when we were in our place before birth, where we are sort of, as Archangel Metatron has access to the Akashic records of all our past lives, there's a kind of like a review, reflection process. And it's all part of this kind of whole co-creation of all the other souls incarnating and all of time. And it's beyond my human understanding. This is the only way that I am able to translate it into human words and interpret what happens. But there's a kind of like a moment where we're looking where we're going to be born, choosing our parents, choosing certain circumstances and the timing and the astrology and everything else. So Archangel Metatron is taking me to this place and he wants to speak to you. And he's saying, you came into this life with such lightness and such joy in your heart, and your family has needed your light and your joy. And you uplift the whole vibration of your family. And this has actually also been a sense of a burden for you. It has felt hard, and Archangel Metatron wants to relay to you, thank you for your service within your family line. And it's sometimes you have not been acknowledged, and maybe you haven't always felt valued for what you're bringing. And Archangel Metatron is here to say you are bringing such a high vibration into all the people that you connect with, and especially your family. So there's a thank you from spirit to you for bringing that light. And all of us, I just say, when we incarnate into being human, you know, that is a service, because it's hard being human, right? For all of us, it's hard. There's nothing easy about it. We're all born into different levels of difficulty, different kinds of difficulty. And so it's nice for all of us to feel that thank you. Thank you for your service in being human on this planet right now and lifting the vibrations. So I want to keep it to the time Danielle has asked me. So I'll just see if there's a more specific message for you, Krishna. Okay, so the angels are saying there's so much we could say with you. Let's focus in on the most important message. The most important message is just keep going, and to renew and revitalize your own energy, because you do have important work here to do. The lifting of the vibration that you bring is your purpose. It is your soul, and whatever expressions you choose in which to do that will be right. Choose the things that this human self, this human personality finds natural and easy, because those are your gifts. And always, you already know how it feels to lift a vibration, to feel that joy. You bring it so strongly. Follow that and find ways to express that. And that will not only make you happy, but it's uplifting everyone. And so to validate that that is enough. There's no other thing like some great book that you need to write or some great building that you need to build. It's simply emitting the joy that you have within. So finding ways to do that is, what a nice purpose. Can we all have that one, please?
There you go. And yes, so that was so beautiful. And, you know, I have spoken to Krishna a few times, and I think that's, you know, I can see in what you're saying why that would be Krish. You know what I mean? It's like, I understand that she has a lot of, she's saying, thank you so much. I so appreciate your message. And it is a beautiful purpose, you know. And so do you think we would have time for a mini one, for another one?
Let's try.
Let's try.
Always want to, yeah, let's try.
There are quite a few of us in here, so probably we might as well just do another one if that's okay for you.
Let me see, where am I going for? I have, well, I feel Debbie Romero, who said she may not be here live, but I'm feeling I need to bring a little.
She's with
Yeah?
us. She's, yeah.
She is with us. Hello, Debbie. Thank you for your beautiful picture. Let's do our best to bring a quick message for you.
Thank you.
So, thank you for your sweet picture. And such a lovely smile, such sweetness in your face, a sense of very kind, very sweet person from that face, from your whole demeanor, from your whole energy. There's a generosity and a gentleness in this face. And again, an open set with the eyebrows of I'm open, I'm interested in life, I'm curious. And again, I feel in the eyes there's been some hurt with you in your life, that you have experienced some hurt and some pain. That, you know, with hurt and pain, always we have to survive as humans, right? So we have strategies, we have defense strategies, and some of those are about pushing people away to keep ourselves safe and shutting things off and having very strong boundaries. And sometimes we go the other way and we're like totally open and just like not enough boundaries, and we're just helping everyone and being fully and like so empathic, we're helping everyone. And I feel like there's some imbalance with you from your face with this, that you crave to be more centered with that. Maybe there are issues with boundaries, maybe you can relate, but there's such a sweet kindness, that there's an empathy in this face that, you know, I'm already, when I feel such strong empathy, I'm already thinking, because, you know, my husband and me and, you know, so many empaths, like, are people taking advantage of that with you, and draining you somewhat? So let's listen to Archangel Metatron and his angels. So yes, 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 and yes to all of that. Let me listen. Let me listen. Yes, there is empathy. There is kindness. So I don't know if I'm seeing, you know, like a therapy bed, or I don't know if you're a beautician or you do treatments or Reiki or massage or something, but I'm having this sense, that's the first impression that I'm given from Archangel Metatron and the angels. And I know that that you're very empathic. So let's just listen in. I'm just going to listen in more to the guidance and what's the message, because we're trying to crystallize something that's useful to you in the short time that we have. Okay, so the answer is yes, you do have a path as a healer, therapist, somebody who does some sort of caring for people, but it's not through talking therapies. It's not through talking and listening. It's something physical. The talking and listening oversteps too many psychic boundaries for you. So you're actually more comfortable and more able to hold your own self and your own space if it's physical work that you're doing with people. So it could be, you know, being a PT or movement or massage, or an energetic physical therapy such as crystal healing or something like that. But the talking part of it opens up too many doors in your psychic self, and like it's almost like you get psychic clutter in your mind and in your heart and in your empathic field, and then you find it hard to switch that off. So the guidance from Archangel Metatron is this: as much as you're drawn to those things, that's not the right path. And I'm actually feeling quite a strong urging you to consider other things, even though you might have been a bit fixed on that idea. There's quite a strong encouragement to be open to look at changing direction. Yeah, I hope this makes sense. Because of that, and the cleansing and decluttering in your mind, it could, those are the kinds of things that end up impacting our health, aren't they? So there's that extra self-care for you, that your path is more towards the physical, but you are a healer. It's in you. You're just trying to find the right expression for it. So he's encouraging you to explore and maybe do some research, and again, maybe use what we've talked about, trusting your gut and sensing in your physical body. Does that feel right for me, or does that not? So using that as your guidance. So, okay. I can't hear you, Daniela, at the moment.
Okie dokie, I'm very sorry.
Oh, there we go.
It's the multiple buttons that you need to press every time in and out of the podcast. So yeah, we are having a namaste, beautiful message. Debbie says, Melinda, amazing. And so what can I say? We are coming towards the end now of this podcast. Is there anything else that you would like to add in terms of your practice, in terms of, spirit guidance to all the people that have joined us tonight? What do they need to hear?
Yes, big question. What do we all need to hear? I feel that I want to say, from my own connecting with spirit, with Mother Earth, and with Mother Universe, and with Archangel Metatron, and all the readings that I've done, I have such a strong sense of the age of Aquarius that we are entering into, being a new age of humanitarianism, of co-creation, of community, of new ways of being, and that all of us that are incarnate on this planet right now have a soul purpose combined in this co-creation, in living through and the beginning of this new age of Aquarius. I believe that as a human being, our only soul purpose truly is to be ourselves, and all of the old ways of homogenization and making everyone the same, and repressing and oppressing, and all of that happens, all that conditioning will be disappearing, and there's a new expansiveness in each of us as individuals saying, oh, I'm just going to be me, and how healing and powerful that is. And if there's one thing that you need to do to embody your soul purpose, is to find your own self and to be you, and that will guide you to your soul purpose, because ultimately your biggest job is to be yourself.
Yes, I totally feel that, and I think a lot of people have started doing that. Not sure whether knowingly, whether they are aware of that or not. I know that the way things are going in the world at the moment, people are awakening. And there is this sense, gut feeling, knowing that things are not right, but not just that. They are able, a lot of humans now, they are actually voicing their thought and their opinion, and they're not afraid. And this is saying to us that actually, fear is no longer working in this planet. Not for everyone, not anymore.
Yes,
we are expanding. We are expanding more and more, and Val was mentioning earlier on, not sure if I am developing spiritually. We all do, one way or the other, at different pace, a different intensity, but we do honor, and the fact that you're here tonight, Val, it means that you are developing spiritually because you take interest into this, you know.
Yes.
And in the background, things will carry on happening for you and for all of us. And whether we like it or not, there will be lessons, and from lessons we will become stronger and own more wisdom about it, you know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so beautiful, Ilana. What can I say? Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Also, the creating the sacred space, you know, with at the beginning, prior to entering your state of channeling, you know.
Yes.
And
Yes. The going the very deep with the Mother Earth, because she births us, and the womb of creation, which is that central point of, or God, or source of the universe, source of all life, whatever you want to call it. That's that developing spiritually, that people say, I don't know if I'm developing spiritually, I don't know if I'm connecting. If you have curiosity, if you're engaging and creating a spiritual practice for yourself, you will naturally receive your own soul and your own spiritual self from the source of all life. And I believe that as we move forward in this age of Aquarius, that is all, there is more and more access to that. And it's like you say, people are naturally doing this because our whole planet, Mother Earth, is holding us in that energy as she is held in Mother Universe. And then, so in actual fact, our biggest soul purpose, on the other hand, is to listen and receive to how we're being held by our Mother Earth and Mother Universe. And the energies right now are be yourself, listen to yourself, express yourself. So
absolutely
yeah.
right.
Would it be okay, Daniela, if I let people know about my event on Saturday?
Yes, absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah.
And then if you
So
send me the link, I will be publishing it later on as well.
yes. So I'm hosting small group soul coaching events where I'll be doing these readings with small groups. So you can go to my Facebook page, Ilana, Alix, Angelic, and find more about those. I'm going to be doing 5 p.m. on Saturdays GMT. So yeah,
Perfect.
so hope to see some of you there.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So I will be adding this as a link. So if you're interested and you would like to take part to Ilana's workshop, then please, you know where to go. For next week, I have the lovely Melinda Ann, who has been also with us tonight, following this show. And Melinda is a beautiful soul. She's an end-of-life doula, but she also does channeling. She's a medium, and she writes poems, and we are on for another trip next week. So Melinda is based in California, and we are looking forward to have another Californian girl on this show. Ilana, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope that we will have the honor and the pleasure to have you here again in the new year. And we'll see what spirit wants to, you know, inspire us with next time, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Year, who knows?
And thank you, Daniela, for hosting these podcasts and dealing with all those horrible technical issues that it requires for you to bring these to people. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. You know, it's such an honor to be of service this way. And this has been inspired, you know, by my guides. They wanted me to come forward, to come online and bring the community together and enhance and highlight all the different aspects of our soul development, perhaps answer questions from awakening souls, from, you know, provide answers to people that are curious and they want to know more and they want to understand themselves more. And there is not only a one way, there are so many different ways. Hence why I invite spiritual people from all over the world, because they all in their own way bring a beautiful amount of knowledge, wisdom, and personal experience to that. So thank you for having done that and giving for free your time to come and be with us tonight. So thank you everyone for having been here. Melinda, Krish, Shian, Olga, Anya, and Eric, everyone, thank you so much. It's been a true honor and a pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you again for the next podcast next Wednesday night. You all take care and bye now.
Bye.